Wait, I haven't seen this guy before. Rusty? So he's a bear trap. That's cute. That's cute. Obliterates him with Evo 3. That's cute. Squash it like a bug. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm hoping that all the tech problems have resolved themselves just magically, because I hate doing real work on the weekends. I hate computers. But I hope everybody out there is having a good start to the weekend, and we're going to jump into some Phobies action. We do have a few different things on the docket, a few different things that are going to be going on tonight. We're going to be playing some Arena, of course, probably going to do some of our own game reviews, but at some point during the evening, I do want to do some viewer game reviews, because I mentioned this on a number of streams at this stage. By the time this hits YouTube, it's going to be old news. But other content creators are actually putting together a number of different events, a number of different tournaments. And one of the Random Thoughts community actually played in one of those events. So we wanted to talk about the game that they played. So we will do that tonight. Like I said, we're going to jump into some Arena to start. We'll circle back to the game reviews. I think what I'm going to do is actually break the game review out as an independent video for YouTube. I mentioned before, on top of the events that other content creators are doing, I'm trying to run Fright Night, which if you see that command in the stream title, which you should, that'll explain the details. You can jump on over to the Random Thoughts Discord for more information. But I also want to do highlight reels and review other people's games, because I think it would be fun to put people's names up in lights for a little bit. So, just throwing it out there. Why do I have 39k XP? Oh, I had more than that yesterday, Crazy. I went on a leveling spree. We had like 100,000, 80 or 100,000, something like that. I just haven't gotten around to leveling things. I've been playing too many games. I forget. Basically, I play games until I realize, hey, I'm losing games because I'm under-leveled. And then I start leveling things. Because then I remember, oh yeah, well my jar keeps missing, or my murder wing keeps missing, that sort of thing. That is accurate, DT, but it's one of those, like, I did consider jar, and the calculation in my head was like, jar was not going to one-shot our jar. But Snowball, because I've seen it so infrequently up to this stage, I'm stress level 32, apparently. Because I've seen Snowball so infrequently up to this point, and you can't see it in the collection, because it's a 3 cost, and it's this one, so like you can't see it, so I don't really have a good sense of how much damage it can represent. Now I know that it can represent over 500 damage. Now that's a level 10, so I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. What were we gonna look at? We wanted to look at Chuck. So here's Chuck. Yeah, Chuck only has 1 movement range. And then High Five. So they're very similar, but they're obviously not the same. And their animation is different as well, clearly. We got Snakey. Yeah, we got Baby Snakey a while ago, I think. We picked up Baby Snakey, I think during the big pack opening last week. 2 weeks ago, whenever the season rolled over. And I still think Baby Snakey looks like a staple puller. But is there any human on the face of the earth that actually used those things to pull staples and not make, like, a snake like this or a crocodile or something like that? Like, come on. Let's be real with ourselves. Nobody uses it for that. Snowball's base attack is the same as Jar and Batula. Really? So, well, so that means that it's going to be the same at every level. So, like, a level 8 Snowball is... Assuming the rounding is not different. A Chomper, exactly, was G. Assuming the rounding is not different, then it should be at the same level. I love Snakey, to be honest. Really solid when you just want a guy. I haven't had a whole lot of luck, but we've only recently gotten the level ups for Snakey. Yeah, not sure about the ability, though. Yeah, well, presumably the ability ranks up at the 3% as well. So we could figure it out. Yeah, the level 30 is Clinico. You get your first guaranteed heal at that point. Yeah, it's Clinico, Miss Moffat, and then Snowball. I don't remember what the other ones are. We could probably figure it out. Somebody in chat may know. Oh, wait, we can't look back? Oh, you can't look back. I didn't know that. Huh. Well then. Yeah, Clinico is 20. 30 is whatever one we were just saying, Miss Moffat, and then 40 is Snowball. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't look back. Oh well. Then Foul, Oopsie Baby, Yeti, Glob, and Akira. Yep. Somebody posted that in Discord earlier. I should write that stuff down and add it to the various spreadsheets, because it's cool to know what those things are. And and I've suggested this idea before, it would probably take a lot of effort coding-wise, but I think either as you see the phobies in games, the stress phobies we're talking about, like I played against Snowball there, I don't have Snowball unlocked. After X number of Snowball games, it should like literally scratch off parts of the stress card so that at least you can see it in the collection. Or as you get closer to it, start revealing it. So like as you're finishing up 20 to 30, then it starts to reveal Miss Moffat. And then when you finish up 30 to 40 run, it starts unveiling Snowball. So that way you know what you're getting towards, but you don't fully see it until, or even just the image, something. I feel like that would be a cool reveal. What? I mean, that's an opener. That is an opener you can do. I don't quite understand that one, but sure. How big is this? This is 800. It's a pretty sizable spider. It's a fairly sizable spider. We're going to bank the other ones, make them think about a potential 7 key for this turn. Yeah, the jar up here... Oh, is this the same person? Okay. He'll never take... I mean, yeah, he's got this lock. He's got it on lock. I'm doubting the corner jar. Yeah, that one's of questionable start. I mean, so here's the thing. This is pretty enormous. What we possibly should have done was went jar and Murder Wing here. This is actually a pretty cool play. I've seen other people do this. So what we possibly want to do is just get the jar, or not the jar, the Murder Wing here. The problem is we can't now. We could put the Murder Wing here on the stem and then move it in. They could still body block, because then we can dive the jar, but we'll probably lose jar and Murder Wing in the attempt to kill their jar. So I don't really want to do that. This map is so good for alligator? I can see it. I'm not a huge alligator fan in general, to be perfectly honest. I don't really like alligator for a variety of different reasons, but most of them are relatively obvious. It comes down to the fact that it's just a big dummy, which sometimes, look, a big dummy can win you the game. It's a big dummy, it's a mountain of hit points. I've won and lost games because my guys had more or less hit points than my opponent's stuff. But it just doesn't feel like it does enough. I have no idea why they did this unless they're going to body block here with the spider. Because we should be able to kill this. 430 plus 266. Like, we roll Unbearable here. We move the jar up, and we just kill it. And, like, now this is completely out of range? I was thinking maybe they want to threaten Unbearable with the spider, which is, like, sure, that's a threat. I guess. So they banked to 12. That's a little concerning. Game, jar, please. Snipe the jar? We take those? I mean, I'm not going to turn that down, right? So they can... Okay, I take it back. The spider can hit the Unbearable, but I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care. Like, the poison on this is a lot, but it's not enough to kill it. It is, like, don't get me wrong, I agree with you, Crazy, that the poison here is relevant, but it still doesn't feel like it's valuable enough. I don't know, that seems weird to me, to do this. I kind of want to bank, in all seriousness, for Hevo, so we can't spend more than 3 this turn. I think getting a wing online is reasonable. Like, this is fine. This way we'll bank. Oh, we could have spent 4, right? Where were we at? Yeah, we were at 8, so we could have spent 4. Alright, chat is going nuts. I'm gonna have to pop it out. Hold on 1 second. People are wondering why the sound cut out. I can see a lot of stuff, but when I have it in the dashboard, it just shrinks it a lot. Don't doubt the corner jar cannon next turn is able to hit the opposite corner. Map is good for alligator. Poison's no joke. Too much camping until the next one makes a move and crush more's OP and more than general. Fair. Well, what was that blue hand? Yeah, it was Scritch. So Scritch is this. Murder Wing through the corner instead of the Meatball the Spider. I don't care about Meatballing the Spider, because if they get in range, I'm going to kill it with Unbearable so that it actually... Like, if they were to poison it, I'd want to hit it with Unbearable to heal off the poison. Scritch is pretty cool. Scritch is pretty cool. It's also super creepy, but in a good way. Welcome back, Luffy. Welcome back. I'm very confused as to what our opponent is doing, to be perfectly honest. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, because they could... We actually kind of want the jar where the Murder Fly is. Murder Wing. One of these days, I'll get through an entire stream and not misclassify that phobie. They have 14 keys banked. I don't really know what's happening here, chat. Like, why is this happening? I'm a little concerned. Hey, thank you, Luffy, for the gift sub there. Welcome. Welcome to the party, Crack Druid, this lunatic circus that is Random's Thoughts. I hope that the gift sub notification went off. I see the chomps. Did it do the new gift sub notification? If it didn't, I'm going to be real pissed at Trigger Fire right now. Alright, we're just going to wait. Our opponent's doing nothing, and I don't know why. I'm kind of concerned. If they go in with the spider... It did. Okay, cool, cool. Awesome. I had done that a couple weeks ago now, I think, after the... And thank you for the follow. I was hoping to get interest with his keys. Yeah, I mean, if... Okay, this is cool. This is cool. The figures in the music? Exactly, yeah. This is a cool play. I can respect this. It's a little weird. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a little weird. But I can respect it. Did this murder fly, this murder wing get... No, it was level 11 before, right? Okay, so they went Hevo, which we're probably going to do. So we go Hevo Erratic to answer their Hevo? Is that cool? That feels cool. Oh, they went double Hevo? Yeah, we're going Hevo Erratic. The thing is, they don't have a lot of surface area to hit our heart here because of the lava tile. I mean, they have surface area, but they don't really want to do that, right? So we're doing this so that way we could move Hevo out and then slide the jar onto the stim pad, ideally. So we're going to back the cat off one more space, because it can go 1, 2, 1, 2. It could still retake this if they go into the mid. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We have to body block for the jar if we want to do this. This is going to get weird because we're going to end up giving up the mid through the course of this set of plays, but we'll see if we can maintain it. It's the Hevo squad. We had a game yesterday, I think, where all 3 Hevos came out to play. Not on us. I think my opponent had Hevo 1 and 2, and I had Hevo 3. I don't think they had Hevo 3. So they actually have more surface area than I was giving them credit for. But I don't know that it matters too much. We can move Hevo here and lob through here, and then kill this with the jar. And then while we're taking damage from their Gravedigger, it's just a Gravedigger. Now the question is, can their Gravedigger one-shot our jar? Their Gravedigger can one-shot our jar. How stupid is that? Okay, so Miss Moffat is a good answer. Miss Moffat is a pretty good answer. We might have been better off with the Unbearable here. Like I said, we had to... we would have had to move jar here, which means that it couldn't get to the spot we wanted. Our opponent does have a lot of stuff to make us unhappy about a variety of different things. Alright, so they're backing off, which kind of makes sense. If we go here, to the top above the center tile, then that means they can pull us with Miss Moffat. But if we go here, in front of Erratic, they cannot. Okay, now they can. They can also threaten a pull down here, which would be bad, for obvious reasons. The middle pull probably isn't too bad for us. I don't know that we want to do this. This could get very bad. Yeah, because they can go on the stem. They can go on the stem from this spot. That's a little too dangerous for me. They go here. They could take our stem. How do we do this? I think we want to get our own Miss Moffat in play. The problem is they can move Hevo into a spot that's going to be very dangerous for us. I don't think they can kill Miss Moffat because it would be a single Hevo hit plus the, that. So they can move Hevo here. I think we have to put this on the spot just so that way they can't walk on this our stim pad and blow us up. Now, they could still do it if they wanted to be cute. So this could be real bad. I think we needed to move the Murder Wing to either this dumpster or the healing spot and get the jar somewhere else. I'd make sure the Hevo dies if he comes to the pad next turn. He's going to end up on the pad. The problem is that if he ends up on the pad, like, he kills the jar and probably this. Yeah, he'd kill the jar and the Murder Wing, like, right off the bat. The interest might have paid off. It might have. It might have. So the spider now is in a weird spot. They're just taking pot shots on our heart. Because our team is so slow, we can't actually kill the spider. Because it'll be 5... 8, 9, 10. Maybe if we pull their spider with our spider, we could kill it and then back off with, like, spread it, like, hit it once with everything and then back off. You can kill it by pulling it, exactly, yeah. Proof levels don't mean the best play is fair. But they do matter. Like, the way I could look at it is, and this probably sounds silly on its surface, but if you outlevel your opponent, it just gives you X number of mistakes that you can make during the game because the extra stats will make up for it. So I think we have to do this because this Moffat is just too big of a risk to allow to exist. No, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to click on the jar. Now, the problem is, this is still open now. So like, we could do this. Like, do we back the erratic up? I feel like we do. I'm not entirely sure about that. 1, 2, 3. We can't get to this. If we had a snowball, we could kill it, but we do not. I think we're going to bank. I kind of want to set up a Gravedigger play, but I don't think there's one that's advantageous to us at this juncture. Now, I'm hoping we didn't, like, offer up our Hevo to die, but I don't think there's any way they can kill it from this position. 2,500 would be an astonishing feat, especially since I don't have Meatball alive. I played against someone today who outleveled me, and it's exactly as you say. The threshold of mistakes is much tighter depending on the gap. Exactly. Like, you can beat people at higher levels. You can lose to people at lower levels, but nobody can claim that there is not an advantage for having higher lower levels. Because otherwise, like, it's just obvious. The numbers are there. It's axiomatic. We might have to go with Clinico just to heal this. This is a large investment that we haven't quite paid off yet. That's interesting. They're all up on us. Now, we have some time. I don't really care about the center tile. This is very much just phobie preservation at this stage. They really hate most of the terrain on this map. What is he doing? I don't know. I'm confused. I don't... So we're gonna do this. Does that kill this? It won't kill the... Oh my god. Get out of here with this nonsense. Nope. We have to do that, or otherwise we end up losing the Hevo, which is way more important at this stage. We have to rearrange things a little bit. Oh, this is not low enough to die. Oh my god. Oh, did we just throw? Oh, I thought the Gravedigger was lower. Like, we knew we were going to lose the jar. I honestly forgot about the murder wing down here. I literally forgot we even had it. Sorry, Chomps, would have to cheer on the team with my man Crushmore. That's fair, Stripes. That's fair. 64 health. And they get our erratic, too. We preserved the Crushmore at the expense of the erratic. I don't think there was any way to keep it alive unless we attacked the Gravedigger, which maybe would have been better, but I feel like they could have dove this then. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. So we're just putting damage on Crushmore. Like, this is going to die. We could hypothetically run away. This is going to die to the fire. I feel like we want to go 5-2 or 4-3 rather than a 7. But I could be wrong. We might need Thunder Rocks or Temptress, in all seriousness. I guess that's okay. I'm not real happy with this, to be honest. Crushmore will heal. I get the spider with the wing. I don't think we could have killed it. I don't think we could have killed it, but it's possible. I mean, if we can separate them, we have a quantity advantage. So I could say split off Clinico and take this top spot, and then it's like the jar and or not the jar, the medical bot and the spider man fighting in the corner. Yeah, this thing has just like 7 billion hit points. It's huge. We'll get it now, which is fine. So we're gonna pull Crushmore into range and then blow everything up with Hevo. We're taking a beating from this. Like, this is not an insignificant amount of damage, but I'm not too worried about it. Alternatively, we could pull this now, but I don't care. Your wing is level 8? I think so? Question mark? Level 7. Not the best use of sheep. I've seen better sheeps. But admittedly, they're winning right now, so, you know, you can't fault them too much, right? So we have to try this. Oh, we can't reach it from the stem. God damn it. That's not quite enough. I don't think that's worth it. Yet. Soon, but not yet. So they could come for us and we'll take a bunch of damage, but they should not be able to kill anything. I don't think. Like, they could pinch the Clinico with Sheep and Crushmore. But then we collapse on this. And we are taking a beating, like I said. 826 damage, 825 health, wing kills the spider. Okay, so we could have gotten the wing with the spider. Was that the calculation from before? Yes, we could have. Which would have mattered for... So if the spider was already gone, maybe they wouldn't have made the plays they did, but they could have. And then we might have been okay. Now, our opponent doing this is weird. I guess they're trying to honor, like, the Clinico making a break for it. But we're going to do this. We're gonna do this. Hold on. Got to see what this is at. So this should die, because, well, it'll be a good test, because I don't know if you take damage from the lava and from the fire tile, or just one or the other. We're kind of putting the game on the line here by doing this, but we'll see. Alright, we're going to heal this up. Hi, baby. What's the matter? Who's a good girl? Puppy's staring at me like, you okay? You're a good girl. She's upset because the we had to, you know, do the usual rotation for the fire alarms in the house, and she hates the noise. So she was, it was not a great day. The cost of science, exactly. Wow, we took a lot more heart damage than I thought we did. We were cutting it kind of close here. Well, yeah, the fire ironically, cool. The fire damage combines. So what we're gonna do is just walk on the stim with Clinico. Clinico has served its purpose at this stage. Alternatively, no, because they're just gonna be able to. If we went up here, they could just take the spot, and it wouldn't matter. So what happens if we go here? I think they kill it with Crushmore, and then they step on the stim and hit us for a lot. I don't know that I like this. I don't really like this. We need to get everything out of dodge, though. Like, we can't be here. I didn't mean to do that, for the record. I didn't want to do that. How much HP does our heart got? Under 2k. So they could make a beeline for it. This still has 2,700 health. Like, they're not in danger. They could... I think their best play is to go for it. I have no idea why they did that. I was going to say, like, they could block us off. Maybe in retrospect, we should have dove them. That's not really what we want. Yeah, because we're kind of in danger here. This might have been a mistake. Game. So they're gonna kill our Hevo like this. Just heal heart with Clinico, if only. If only. We're running out of time. This is really bad, chat. I think we threw. So we're moving the bear onto lava just so it's in range. It may die anyway, but I was kind of expecting this. I think they win, because I don't think we can kill this in time, let alone crush more. I think they got us, chat. I think they've got us. Should have done that differently, but I don't know that it's particularly going to matter. Wait, could we have... I'm screwing this turn up and we're gonna run out of time as a result. I don't think we can do this. We missed on the damage here, too. We missed on the damage there as well. Because we sequenced it wrong, so we could have hit this when before we pulled with Hevo like I did before. They made the mistake of not hitting the heart with the Crushmore last turn. I don't think they could have. Could they? Yes, they could have. They could have, because they were on the stem, so if they rolled to this spot, they would have had it. But as it is, chat, we might have actually pulled this one back. This one was back and forth, chat. Hey, gamer, what's good? How you doing? Chat, this one was wild. That was, oh man, chat, that was wild. That was so close. That was so close. They messed up their end game, yes. But like we were saying before, yeah, that deserves some chomp action. Being higher level allows you to make more mistakes. It doesn't mean you can make all the mistakes. You can't make all the mistakes. There were a lot of traps there, and at a certain point, it was like, I don't know what Luffy could have done that would not have resulted in an enormous loss of keys. The only thing that I think could have gone differently is if Luffy had instead pulled everything back and really relied on Octonauty to yoink something and then try and pick them off one by one. But that likely means that you end up with an enormous life disadvantage. And you probably, I don't know, maybe if Venus was focused sooner. That's the only thing I can think of. Because Venus laid down like 5 traps that game. There could be a 2 to 3 trap limited once on the map. Capping the number of traps is probably what should happen. Either you straight up can't lay any further traps, or it's a rolling thing. So like when you play, say it's a 2 trap limit, you play your 3rd trap, it eats the oldest trap and then moves forward. Being able to trap the entire map is just insane. Like that's pretty bonkers. Now, I don't know what the answer is other than Doom. I mean, you could Charon too, but I figured that, player. That's fair. Like, you could Charon, you could Doom. I mean, you could Honey Bear, I guess. I think there's one more or tile disabling phobie. It just feels like traps are just a little too much in their current iteration. But I also don't have traps. I don't have any trap phobies. Got a little hydrate action. I don't have trap phobies, so I can't speak from the trap player's perspective. I think there need to be more trap counter characters that are common or uncommon. What's the one with the syringe head? That is, what cost are they? Is it 4? Dr. Dermick. Shout out to Dr. Traffic, who we haven't seen in a while. So here's and we've talked about this before. The problem with making a trap counter phobie is you get into this weird arms race. Yeah, there's a ton of other trap characters. Well, maybe not a ton, but there's a few others. The problem with you get into this weird arms race of if your opponent has trap characters and you don't have an anti-trap character, do you just lose? Like, it shouldn't be that binary. Now, the way the game is currently structured, we're talking from a game economy perspective, that is kind of how it works. There's a lot of things where it's, oh, well, if your opponent has X and you don't have Y, sucks to suck. I don't think it's as drastic. And the problem here also is, look at it from the other side. Say you're the trap player and your opponent plays the trap counter. If they completely invalidate your phobie, it's like, well, why did I even play this guy? It just feels like a not clean way to address it. It needs to be more granular. Now, I don't have any of the anti-trap phobies. Map, tile disablement, doom, anything. I don't have many trap phobies. So I don't really have a great handle on what the appropriate play or counterplay is. So I could be just completely talking out of my ass here. But from playing other games, so it's weird to apply it here, but like playing card games, it's not great to have just these hard counters for things. It doesn't feel fun on either side. You want something that just makes one way or the other more challenging. Like, it makes the other person's life difficult, not impossible. And that's the problem. I mean, Doom is kind of garbage, though. Yeah, he's not great. He's not great. But the problem is, if Doom was better, then traps would be invalid, essentially. Like, say Doom had, like, 2k health and did 400 plus damage. I don't want to get ridiculous and say, oh, well, what if he did 6 million damage? No. Let's just say he was a 5 key that did 400 to 450 damage and had, like, 2k health. That would basically invalidate other ranged phobies, wouldn't it? You know, like, Stairmaster is more damage, but has significantly less health. Cyclops, like, he would have more health than Cyclops and deal comparable damage. But it allows you to also turn off traps. It would be like there's virtually no purpose for Cyclops to exist then. So now, that isn't to say that there isn't some combination of stats that could validate that particular idea. But I think that you're treading a very fine line where you have multiple phobies that are very close statistically, and then just giving one of them something else. So in virtually every scenario, if, say, Doom was comparable to a Cyclops, why would you ever run Cyclops? You would just always run Doom out there, basically every time. The point that I think they want, they being the developers, is that they want a niche counter. But the problem is, if you're going to make it a niche counter, it has to be godlike at its purpose to justify ever using it. And if it is, then you're creeping closer to the binary scenario that I was describing earlier, where either you have a trap and they don't have a counter and you crap on them, or you have a trap and they have a counter and they crap on you. Doom is bad in isolation. I think it equalizes a game against a good trapper. But that's the question. Again, I'm speaking from the perspective of I don't have it, so I could be wrong. I don't know whether Doom equalizes it or it invalidates that phobie. Like, I honestly don't know. And similarly, I see people crap on Charon fairly frequently. I have no idea. Charon does not seem great, but maybe he's fine. Honey Bear is probably better, because you can just cover a bunch of tiles, and then if you... Now, the difference with Honey Bear is, like, you have to go for the specific plan of I'm diving their Phobies, because you can't try and reclaim map tiles at that time. I played against Doom Dooms with Venus, and I don't know, I wasn't overpowered by it. My Venus doesn't end up doing much, but it's still stats. True. And the thing is that they have to respect it. Unless they, like, go and hunt down the traps, in which case Doom Doom could be, like, taking itself out of the game due to positioning. Not out of the game entirely, but temporarily. I don't know, it's a weird thing to try and fight this. I don't know that they need to make a supremely drastic change to trap phobies. But I think I'd rather have trap phobies nerfed a little bit than introduce better anti-trap phobies. The reason being is that you get, like I said, that weird arms race where I have it and then it invalidates this stuff, but it's useless otherwise or whatever. Maybe that it would be fine. I just haven't seen that work out very well in other games. I think Venus's health pool is a little bit much, but also be bursted down due to slow movement. It's true, Venus has a lot of health. How many trap phobies are there? So I think there's only one. So it's Unicorn at 2, Venus at 3. I don't, unless this one's a trap phobie, I don't think there's one there. Baba Yaga at 5. Ivy at 4. Oh, okay, so we do have another one at 4. Or Ivy at 4. The Baba Yaga at 5. I don't think any of these are traps. Fire Ant at 7. So that's 6. So, like, 6, maybe 7 if one of the, Oh, yeah, is Jeeves actually a trap? Yes, Jeeves is a trap. So here's one that I missed. So, like, 6 or 7 total. Yeah, welcome anybody that's new. Welcome to the party. But yeah, there's not a huge plethora of them, but which I think is good. We saw in the most recent patch notes that they are gearing up for another update, including introducing more phobies. Yeah, we mentioned Fire Ant, but Fire Ant is also on there. They are introducing more phobies, and I hope that there are not more trap phobies. I hope that there are not more trap phobies. Corn, Venus, Ivy, Baba Yaga, Jeeves, and Fire Ant. Correct. Oh, no problem, Druid. No problem. No big deal. Yeah, I hope that there aren't more trap phobies. I like the mechanic in a vacuum, in the abstract, but the implementation right now, I think, needs a little tweaking. It feels a little strong because you're already... Like, the defender has a pretty big advantage in general, because by definition, if you have to move and then hit, you're only getting 1 hit. Your opponent's getting 2 counter hits. So you have to kill the thing in order to ensure that you're not likely dying on the counterattack or taking way more damage. As a result, traps just punish advances even more, and that's part of the problem. I feel like any tile effect should overwrite traps like fire. That would be reasonable. That would be reasonable. Maybe. I don't know. I like that idea, but I wonder how powerful that would be. So that would make things such as Hevo 3.0 maybe not a hard counter to trap, but a pretty strong counter. Obviously, the ones that, like, Charon and Honey Bear wouldn't destroy them, I don't think. It just disables them like they do. I think that's fine. Let's see. What else? What happens if you both trap a spot? Like the same spot? That would be funny if, like... I mean, that would actually be kind of annoying, I guess. Boss and Barzilla, true. There aren't too many that do that. Oh, it does overwrite it? Interesting. So the mechanic, to a degree, already exists. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's jump into a game. We've been talking a lot. Wait, so does it overwrite it and you keep your trap? Or do they cancel each other out? Because when you said overwrite, I misunderstood then. Interesting. More hydrate. They cancel. Okay, cool, cool. I mean, either way, that's kind of cool. But yeah, the mechanic seems to already exist to a degree. If they're canceling each other out... So, like, say you Hevo 3.0, and you hit one of their traps, because their guy's standing on it. Should it wipe out your fire as well? Like, cancel them out? For consistency's sake, I would say yes. However, I don't know if that should be how it works. I don't know if that's the appropriate way for it to happen. I think we can settle on... So, like, I come from a card gaming background, so Swiss is very natural to me, running the Swiss format. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it fits for Phobies as compared to Double a Limb or something like that. So, I don't like this map. Oddly enough, it's named Like and Subscribe. So what we're going to do, because I don't want to... There's a play here where you can just run Murderfly or Maggie or other flyer directly to the middle. I don't like doing that because it's not... I don't want to say trivial for your opponent to kill whatever you send there, but it's not that difficult. What do I think is the most annoying phobie to deal with? Given the discussion we just had, one might think that it's a trap phobie, but I'm not sure offhand. I kind of have to look at the collection, because usually questions like that, to me, it becomes challenging in order to figure it out, because I'm only remembering like whatever was most recent in my mind. I'd have to really think about it without having the collection to scroll through. A lot of the higher cost ones are phobies that I tend to have difficulty fighting into, because it makes scenarios weird. I mean, Klepto, I think, is going to be up there. You don't have Stabby players? Stabby is annoying, and Stabby was actually what I was going to play this turn, oddly enough. Like, Stabby's pretty solid. Stabby's pretty solid. I don't know if Stabby is... like, the worst thing. We're going to leave this here just to try and interact. Does it matter if we interact with this? I guess not. Like, if we left this cat, we're going to get, what? It's almost 700. We got to do another 5 and change to kill this. We can't do that with what we're going to commit. Actually, we could. Okay, yes, we could. So we could surprise kill this if we popped out Stairmaster. Cass is annoying. I don't think it's necessarily difficult to deal with, though. Like, if we were just going to list all the phobies that are threatening, I would say. And I'm using threatening instead of annoying just because I think those are two different things. Like, ones that you have to respect from your opponent. And Cassowary definitely fits that category, but I don't know... It kind of feels as though for something to be annoying, it would have to be unfair to a degree. This is going to be... This is actually annoying. So the thing with Cassowary is that it just represents a very high amount of damage at a very long range. You have to treat Cassowary effectively as a 2-cost ranged phobie, because it's gonna move to wherever it needs to be and then leap on you. And then once it does that, it's representing a big threat, clearly. We're gonna leave this here. So they banked to 6, we have 7. I don't want to do something big yet. I think what we do is get our own Jin Sting online. I'm very interested to learn why they elected to break this spot. Like, it's very strange for them to have done that to me. Now, what we do need to do soon is run a 1 key on here. We can't send Flopsy in, which has been kind of a go-to for me. The reason we can't is because they're just going to stand, like, they'll kill it and then just walk on it and walk off. We'll still retain a protection, or control, rather, of the point, but that doesn't mean much. Would a 3-action Phobie be overpowered? I could see a world in which it's not, depending on how it worked, but realistically, that's probably too good. You gotta jar the Jin Sting, I think. I think that's ultimately what we're gonna have to come down to. Or we could bully it off with another large Phobie, but I do want to get, I keep wanting to say Blastomatic, but it's Hevo. We do have to get Hevo online, I think. So what I want to do is get Stabby in range so that way we can put Gravedigger here, blow up this spot, and then give us access to pop the jar. So we're just going to rotate this up, effectively. This can go here. And then we can try and tackle the jar next turn if they advance. But we are going to go with our own jar, both to poke their Jin Sting, as well as be able to guard this center panic point. So we're aligning our forces here. Place it behind the cat. So I'm concerned here about, because I was originally, actually, you know what? Because I was going to do this originally, and then I changed my mind. Well, wait. So the reason I changed my mind is so that the reason I described, to cover this point. But I think making it safer is better. It's a little bit safer, but I would rather not take... Well, we could take the random bees damage no matter what. We're just getting another 1 cost here so that way we can threaten the middle point just for other stuff to walk on it. Actually, the jar here is probably... We should have had the jar up 1 because I expect them to move Cass in, hit, move the Jin Sting down, kill it. They have the point. Like, they're going to have 4 points after that, and we now have a weakened jar. Alright, so there's the body block for their jar, obviously. They saw that coming. Shocker, I know. So... we probably move jar up, soften this up with everything. I mean, we could just kill it with this. We don't even have to move the jar. We just don't want jar to get hit by this. It won't die because their cassowary is lower level. Which is interesting that they didn't go in. Given they backed off the Jin Sting, that's fair. I don't know if that's quite worth it, but we're going for it. We can put this here in order to threaten. Now, they could... This is dangerous because they could bees. and hit this for a lot, so they're probably going to kill our Gravedigger, which has kind of served its purpose at this stage. I expect an erratic out of our opponent at this point. So if we went here, we would not get hit with bees. I don't know that it really gets us much. We're just going to do this for now. We can always move up there next turn. We were only going to get like one attack, and I think one attack is all we'll need to kill their Gravedigger if they go in. Do I think they'll add clans or teams in Phobies? It's possible. I mean, that is a thing that exists in other mobile games, because the biggest thing when you think about, well, will they do X, Y, or Z in Phobies? It really comes down to, do other mobile games do that? Because remember, it's not just a PC game, even though I stream it on PC. It's on Android, it's on iOS, and you have to respect the fact that those platforms exist. And because you have to go through all of the hoops and jump all the hurdles that those stores require of you. So it can present a challenge for a developer if they want to do X, Y, or Z. I could see them doing it. I could absolutely see them doing it. Will they do it is you know, the more salient question, and truthfully, I have no idea. Like, I don't have the first clue. I would like them to. I think that would be fun. I don't know if it's really needed, in so much as anything's needed, I guess. We go here. Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. That doesn't seem... I guess they're baiting us here. We gotta do 600 to this. So now this walks up to the center, gasses these three. I don't know that this was worth it, to be perfectly honest. We could end up okay. We're going to lose our jar to theirs, at the very least. But, I mean, they're going to kill... We traded Jin Sting and Gravedigger and Jar for their Jin Sting and Gravedigger. And maybe Sheep. I don't know that this was worth it, honestly. You said here, and one of the Phobies said here at the same time. Do any of them actually talk? I didn't realize any oh, this actually lives. I thought it was... They're short by 16 damage. I mean, again, they can just walk in and gas everything, so it doesn't matter. They apparently don't see that play or don't want to make it. Because they walked the jar away, and the jar did not have to walk away. This is not worth it for them. Because this doesn't get poisoned. This will Clinico this. I think Erratic Moving says... I can kind of hear it. Like, when you click on them, it kind of sounds like that. So I think we run away from the Murder Wing. When he actually walks? Oop, I don't want to do that. That is not what we're looking for here. We're just going to Clinico now. So I want to Clinico early so that way we can get it back off of cooldown more quickly. So if our opponent moves up 1 with Erratic, they can hit the cat. Then we move up here, pull Erratic, it ends up here. We get 1, 2, 3. Like, we should be able to kill the Erratic then. I think. We maybe want to keep Ginseng here, but I didn't want the damage to splash. Plus, we needed it there so that we could Clinico. I guess this is fine. We only have 7 keys left. Our opponent has 10. If we can take down their Erratic, there's one more big threat that we can expect, and then they just won't have any more. Cat Stimpad? I guess, but I wanted the point, and I wanted to just mostly get away from the Murder Wing, to be honest. So I think we do trade our Spider for their Erratic, which I kind of expect will happen. Temptress is fair, I guess. It's a level 5 Temptress compared to a level 8 Erratic. So the danger here is Temptress in that position can walk onto the stim next turn, plus they can Meatball. So like that's hypothetically a lot of damage. Hey, Job, saw from the Discord server you were reviewing some viewer games. Yep, I had a very awesome end, but overall game was very intricate. Would be awesome to hear your thoughts. Cool. Yeah, just let me know what if you could either throw it in chat or ping me in Discord. Let me know who the opponent was and what day, so that way we can try and track down the game. Hopefully the various replay bugs didn't eat it or anything. Ugh, I didn't think it was going to go there. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. I guess this is actually better, regardless, now that I think about it. I was complaining, but this is actually better. This still won't die unless we do this. That's kind of annoying. So this body blocks for our Kivo. Okay, cool one guy. Thank you. What do we got here? I feel like we're just banking here. Oh, I didn't do that quickly enough. I was gonna throw Flopsy out there just to contest this Murder Wing. So they are able to hit Hevo, but, you know. Alright, they're gonna get the Spider. We kind of expected that, and I'm willing to trade Spider for the Hevo. Or the Erratic, rather. We do have Bees online this turn. So we can Bees. We gotta kill the Temptress first, that's the priority. And then we'll go from there. But we can collapse down, put our Stabby on the point, and, like, our opponent's going to be in trouble. They have to stand on the fire. That's kind of funny. But they can also say, oh, Maggie's actually problematic to a degree. Maggie's a little problematic. Alright, so they're getting all up on us. Do we have heal back this turn? I think we do. I think we have our heal back. No, we don't. Okay. Alright, so we... Bees! Got a little bees action going. And then we're gonna get a little splash action going. You'll die from flames. No, you won't. You're gonna live by, like, 12 health. Temptress will die, though. GG. 103, 115. So we'll get the Temptress. You can kill Maggie. Actually, you probably need to kill a cat. Doesn't matter. We're gonna end up losing our jar no matter what. I guess we could have done... Nah. I was debating, like, we could move Clinico up and do something weird like that, but this is fine. Our opponent has 2 keys remaining. So we're just gonna go something big here. This game absolutely felt like we just bullied our opponent. I don't know what stress level they're at, but I'm gonna guess it's significantly lower than us. Maybe not significantly. Maggie is always problematic. That's why Maggie is really good. That dog is on fire. Everybody like that, right? I don't know why that was so funny for me, but Stabby's just like, I'm gonna step on the fire. Nope, I don't want any part of that. Get me out of here. Wait, I haven't seen this guy before. Rusty? So he's a bear trap. That's cute. That's cute. It's adorable. I think we got him, chat. I think we got him. GG. Rusty is pretty cool. I think I've seen that, actually. Maybe I saw it like I was watching somebody else stream or something, but GG. That's cute. Yeah. Rusty is cute. I didn't mean that to be insulting. That's not the way I meant it, but GG. Obliterates him with Evo 3. That's cute. Squash it like a bug. Kill it with fire. Alright, Diamond Jack. Diamond Jack, chat. What do we got? Alright, alright. We getting a little closer. We're getting a little closer. Yeah, so what was our opponent's... What was our opponent's stress level? They were pretty low. Like, that's almost 10 levels. Hey, Ando, what's good? How you doing? Yeah, this person was level 52. 20 level difference. Upgrade Droney already? I was upgrading Droney. How many Droney upgrades we got? We don't have any oh, we do. Okay, there we go. It's like, why is it not showing the arrows? We'll upgrade Droney. Got to appease chat. Got to appease chat. I mean, this is all you can ask of Droney, is that it tanks a single hit from like or lower Phobies. Now, realistically, that's not always going to be true. I don't think we can ever expect it to beat a Gesundheit. And by beat, I mean tank a hit from it. Reasonably, a Eternal Knight or a Cassowary should also kill it. But the mobility, I mean, aside from Cassowary would be a problem, but all the other ones, the regular 1 keys, you should run away from. How do you use Sucky properly? The first thing you want to do with Sucky is forget that it exists. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I think you have to lean, and I said this when we first unlocked it, and I've only used it in like 1 game since, because I've never felt like, yeah, you know what I need here? I need to get Sucky on the board. I think the advantage it has is that it serves a similar purpose. I'm actually a Sucky enjoyer. Well, there are a lot of ways to interpret that. But I think it serves a similar purpose. And player, you'll have to correct us. Yeah, it's an early game tank. It's similar to like K9000. That it's just a mountain of health. So if you have Sucky but you don't have K9000, it can serve the same purpose where it's just, I get in there and I hold a spot. Like, similar to Gargles. I think it's Gargles. Yeah, similar to this guy. Gargles literally turns himself into an obstacle, which, by the way, I didn't know this, but it does not block line of sight for your opponents. I had somebody with not a lob, but a direct line of sight, ranged Phobie, hit through Gargles. Didn't know that until they did it to me. Let me tell you how I felt after that moment. But You could do a similar thing early in the game where if you can get Sucky onto a position, it's very difficult for your opponent to dislodge it because of the life leech, because of the leap, because of the mountain of hit points. That's how I would expect it to work. But yeah, the more recent update onto broke it. If you basically anything that was initiated, so an async game that started before the 12th, I think, will not work. But any game, arena, or async after that will work. So like this game that I had here, even though it ended on the 13th, was an async game from earlier in the week. So it was broken to begin with. But if you... Let's see, where was... Yeah, like the 12th. The 12th was when they started working again because there was a hot fix. But yeah, I agree with Player. I agree with Player that Sucky is an early game tank. You can definitely just lock down a spot. The problem for me is just the one movement. Even on a small map. Let's say we look at a small map. Like, we're just gonna... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Like, let's look at Lights Out. It's gonna take one move, 2 moves if you sit on the fire, 3 moves, and then a leap. So it takes 3 turns to get this thing into play on a small map, even another small map. So 1, 2, 1, 2, then leap, probably. Because your opponent's not going to stand there and let you leap on it, right? It just takes so long that by that point, even if your opponent went, say, so you're going first, you put out Sucky and something else, you're running out there. You send Sucky to the middle here on RCO, right? Your opponent responds with, say, 1-1, 1-1-1, or 2-2, whatever. And then they bank on turn 2. Turn 3, they could run out, say, a 4-5-6 cost, and then still, like, then they just crush Sucky. It's tanky enough to arrive late. To a degree, yes, but I don't think its damage output is significant enough for it to matter. Maybe it's because mine's under-leveled. So, if it had a really high damage output because it has Life Leech, that would be problematic. So they do have to consider that when, you know, scaling out the different phobies. But I think it needs a slightly higher damage output in order to both leech enough life to stay alive and to represent a threat, because otherwise, honestly, I just ignore it, right? Like, I'll eventually just kill it. Now, maybe it would be good on, actually, it's interesting that we're talking about RCO. Maybe it would be good in RCO to hold the middle because it requires lobs, it'll tank some lobs, and it is tanky enough to hypothetically just, like, get in here, cap the point, get out. Either it leaps to get in to heal, or it leaps to get out, and then tries to, you know, I was going to say scrunch away. I don't know why I thought of that word, but we'll go with, it'll scrunch away. Because I don't remember what Sucky's movement animation. Is it a slither? I don't remember what it does when it moves. Or is it more like an inchworm? I don't remember. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. The reason I was saying RCO might be good is because it has this tunnel, this corridor in the center, so that way you can't just have things collapse on it from multiple points. It doesn't as much surface area. He moves like a caterpillar. Okay. Inchworm type beat. Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it would move like a snake or if it moved like a worm. It should move like a worm, logically, but... it would be hilarious if Gargles can be destroyed with Gravedigger or Mount Crushmore. I actually was wondering about that, Onda. I don't think it can, but I wonder if somebody... Like, has anybody tried that? Because that would be a hilarious Easter egg. And by hilarious, it would make Gargles terrible. Yeah, it's not an obstacle. Yeah, I didn't think it would work that way. And it also, I think Gargles specifically says that it can't be interacted with. Isn't Gargles a 4? Oh, here it is. Immovable and untargetable. But yes, it doesn't actually turn into an obstacle, like actually say the word obstacle, so. It is an important debate. I'm not a wormologist. And like you mentioned, friendly foe. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't treat itself like a statue as the ones created by Crushmore or Gravedigger, which makes sense. It makes sense after the fact, but honestly, I wasn't ever sure, and then somebody did it in a game, and I wasn't doing it for science, they just did it to me. And I was like, oh, so that's how it works. You might be able to zone their stuff, and then take a game anyway. Alright, so apparently we're playing this person all night, because I think this is the person we played the last 2 games. But true, in the event they set him up like a turret, yes. It is possible, like, yes, you can tank the hit, but if your opponent's not going to let you do that. Oh, we're on the new map, too. I don't think well, I'm sure I played this map before and just don't remember it. 3rd game with this guy, yep. So we're back to the level 10 snowball. At least it's on the board now. The problem is that this snowball is going to cap all the freaking points. And there's not a whole hell of a lot we can do about it. There's not a whole hell of a lot we can do about this. I don't know that this is the opener we want. But I don't really know how to contest a level 10 snowball with what we have. Creep might have been a good idea, actually. But yeah, there are heal spas, and obviously Snowball's going to get there, right? Snowball will be able to get there. So we can't kill it. Actually, we can. Yeah, we can kill the snowball. So we do this. This should kill it. Oh my god! Game! Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. What do we do? Womp Womp is right, chat. Womp Womp is right. Pain is right. I don't know that this murder wing is what we want either. I was too busy sulking about the fact that we left this at 8 health. I wonder if they calculated that, if they actually counted it. Honestly, we probably would have been better off either going for creep or a stabby. I think those would have been better. Level 10 for you, yeah. I say it every time, but you can't say... And I've seen people using the argument, oh, well, you can beat higher levels. You can. We beat this guy earlier tonight. It's possible. But it is in no world the same as saying... Let me make the statement clear. If you say that you can beat someone who's at a higher stress level and higher phobia level than you, that is accurate. That does not mean that it is not an advantage for them by having those levels. Those are two different statements. I don't know if this was worth it for the record. Should we go sucky? I'm not going to, but it would be kind of funny. I kind of want to go baby snaky. We really need more levels for baby snaky. We're going to go with stabby. It's going to take a little while to get it online. Yeah, I really want to use Baby Snakey more, but at level 5, it just feels not... We're in a weird spot where getting new Phobies is definitely fun, but we're at the point that we don't have the resources to level them to the point that they need to be at in order for it to really matter. You realize we're going to kill the snowball, right? And just so people don't think I'm being salty about, like, our opponent being much higher level, it's fine. Like, that's the way... Well, it's not fine, but, like, that's the way the game is. You just have to live with it. However, I've absolutely been on the other end where I played against people that I could tell when I was playing, I'm bullying this person because, oh, well, my jar is 3 levels higher than yours. That gives me an enormous advantage to do what I want to do compared to what you're trying to do. No, we can't pick the jar, unfortunately. It's too high. Well, we could get it. We could get it. Because we can do this. We actually still have the leap online. Because we don't have meatball. I think it's worth killing their jar. We're going to lose both the cassowary and the murder fly. If we leap here... Wait, hold on. Oh my god. Well, wait. No, that won't work. I was trying to see if we could use the dimensional to pull ourselves in and get it. Game, please. But there was no way to really do it. We're going to bank the keys. So I expect them to kill Murderfly and Cassowary. They have 4 attacks. They should get both. Yeah, Meatball's still on cooldown. But even if it was off cooldown, we couldn't kill the jar. The jar was too high of a level. Ah! They will die to the reverse damage. That's funny. Yeah, we were just shy, unfortunately. That's why I was talking about the higher levels. That our Murderfly, our Murder Wing, was just not at the appropriate stage in order to be able to fight it. What are you going to do? So if we move up with Stabby, we're going to get hit by the Henrietta. This should be on cooldown, right? No, it's off cooldown. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We just have to have a sacrificial lamb to step on the point. Yeah, Snowball is just gonna chill. It's gonna run to the healing spot. We probably should have killed it over the jar, but I was valuing the jar more. I just like clicking on Snowball. But yeah, they should absolutely run Snowball back to the healing spot. Scritch and K9 would be an interesting duo, maybe not here in general. Why'd you say K9 and Scritch? Not disagreeing with you, Druid. I'm just curious why. I have no idea why they're maintaining this here. They can move it to the spot and immediately get it back in action. Like, there's no threat of this thing. It's not as though it's a one-move phobie that's going to take 7 more turns to get back in the action. They just take over with this. I don't get it. I'm not sure this is what we want to do. So they kill this, they spit on this. But I mean, this is going to die no matter where we put it, either to Hevo or that. I feel like we got to save for Erratic. Or, I mean, we could go Temptress. But this has, we need Erratic. This has 2,400 health. It's a level 10 Hevo. Like, this is bonkers. Heavy hit after setup would be good to take a point and weaken a heavy phobie. That's fair. Since Scritch can move 2, it'll be easier than Gonzo, but it's far too expensive on a small map. Yeah, Scritch is challenging on a small map, and you can see where some of the redundancy in the types of phobies, so, you know, like the Scritch to Gonzo, exists because you want the... Okay, sure. They exist because then that way you have Gonzo for smaller stuff, hypothetically, Scritch for bigger ones. I mean, this is all well and good, but you still have to come in range of us to do anything. So we've only killed Jar from them, right? So we're, like, -2 keys as a result? Or did we kill something else? I feel like we killed something else. I don't remember. Because their opener was this, and then Jar. Did they have, like, another 2 key or something? I don't remember. We could go Sparky, but I really don't like Sparky. Hilariously enough, this has more health than Sparky. We're going to go Erratic. We have a little bit of time to try and get it into position. It is going to be awkward in the sense that we're going to have to juggle bees here. All right, we'll just let this go for now. Sucky for the win. Hey, I was considering it. Legitimately, I was considering it. I want to get, again, it goes into the same issue with Baby Snakey. I think I need more levels, or I tell the story all the time of when I first started and I thought Cassowary wasn't great because it just always felt like, well, if I leap, I don't kill anything and then I die, so what's the point? But it was because my Cassowary was so underleveled comparatively, even when I started the game. So, I think we're going to run into a similar problem. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to walk Erratic to this point, and then blow this up with Gravedigger. Which would probably be bad anyway, but... So they can hit Stabby... Wow, this is almost full health again. They can hit Stabby with Gesundheit, or hit Erratic. But, like, I feel like we have an appropriate position here. We only have 4 keys left. And probably at least one of them, maybe 2 of them, are going to be tied up in phobies that are just sacrificial phobies, aka ones that are going to run in and we expect to die when they set foot on the point. So we'll obviously kill this. They're just softening this up. Part of me wants to go a 1 key in Clinico again, because we have things to heal. We should be able to get both of these. The risk is that we're going to lose Stabby, which I don't know that there's much we can do about that. And our opponent still has 4 keys left, so we're not in a spectacular spot on that front either. So this will let us get Clinico online. And we might as well get our 1 cost, which I guess will be this. I don't want to go the Razor Cat, because the Razor Cat seems kind of silly at this stage. I guess this is okay. I'm not sure. Ooh, predicted Erratic escape. Yeah, Erratic does some mean stuff. I love Erratic. I love Erratic. So we're going to take a beating on Jin Sting here, but I don't know what else we can do about it. There's an ultra rare phobia that can do an AoE heal. It looks like a tree wearing a mask. I don't think I've seen that yet. Is it a stress unlock? Leshy, okay. So they went cheap. Like, they're in a pretty decent position here. We kind of need to pull back. And there's no real safe position to pull back to, I don't think. Because we can't get this connected on. This is going to then die. We might be okay here. I'm not sure. It really is going to depend on how well Erratic can carry us. No, from a pack, ultra rare dimensional. Okay, cool. I'm glad that... Part of me is happy that they have certain things on stress unlocks. Like Clinico is a stress unlock. Miss Moffat is a stress unlock. So that way you're guaranteed to get these sort of effects. But at the same time, it's all... I'm hoping that there are no unique effects locked behind stress unlocks, where it's like, this is the only way to get whatever the thing is. I have yet to hear anything like that is the case, but I don't know. So this is the problem. They get Jin Sting for freezies. What we probably should have done was pull... like, maybe let Erratic get connected on. Maybe that would have been okay. Yeah, you cannot move that there, because we're going to splash onto the sheep, and we're going to kill this. That is a play you can make. Glob is a unique. What does Glob do? I have no idea why they did that, for the record. Like, literally none. So they still have this available. They can't kill these two. Well, this will die from poison, but they're not going to kill everything with the sheep. We're going to tank it. If they try to dive Erratic, we can tank the poison with Undead Leech. Oh, yeah. Glob is the one that consumes things, right? Somebody was telling me about that offline. That's a really cool idea. You can see Glob at stress level 80. You can scroll the stress level display after this game that I told you on YouTube. I may have... Because you can see the stress levels, but you can't see the phobia itself, right, Onda? Whoop, this is not what I want to do. I want to do this, because you can reach this. Alright, opponent, what are you gonna do? It references the phobia. Yeah, the artwork kind of gives you an idea of what it is. Like, the one where you get Snowball is dog-themed, the one for Miss Moffat is pseudo-spider-themed, etc. For Glob, it's gray slime, gotcha. Does it kill the enemy or just damage it over time while consumed? I'm not sure, one guy. I honestly have no idea. Hopefully chat can chime in, because I know some people have seen it. I don't think anybody in chat has unlocked it, but... We're just seeing if we can go face. Can't quite get him. But we can get him that way. GG. GG. I haven't seen its ability, but I'll say it's digesting phobia enemy in 2 turns. Interesting. So it doesn't matter how big it is, because it does like 1,000 damage per turn on it. Okay, that would make sense if it had like a specific amount of damage that it was doing. was a little weird. So I guess it's this one. Unless it's this one. And then there's something else here? I don't know. Someone had started replay showcasing it, but it's broken now. That's unfortunate. I mean, to a degree, it doesn't matter because the stress unlocks don't show up in the collection. Speaking of which, do I have anything that I haven't seen that's not a stress unlock? We have 2 Phobies at 7. That might be it. We might have seen everything except for those 2 7 costs. Yeah. Stress unlocks and 7 cost. Slime all over the bed. Last one's Akira. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is. That's a good question, DT. It's a good question. We'll say Sucky was involved. Last one's a big tentacle monster, which pulls the entire map in line of sight. Fair. Fair. I've heard about that one. We were talking about that offline. That one, because it yoinks everything. But it sounds like it also does it to your own stuff. I'm not sure. I thought that was a really cool game. Let me get back. I don't know why I left it, because I wanted to go back in there. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, this was like a really tight game towards the end. I'd be curious, like, I meant to say this and then I closed up too quickly, but I honestly feel like the game almost ended here, as silly as that sounds. The reason being is blowing up this sheep and then being able to, like, control the points from here. Like, this play, the sheep play, I think allowed you to set up such a threatening board going into turn 11. Or turn 13, rather. Yeah, like, yes, there were a lot of things that happened on the intervening turns. But your opponent, I don't know, maybe they were, like, hell-bent on getting Noxious into play? I don't really understand the Noxious play. It seemed a little weird. Yeah, that's very true. It was 4 for 4 key trade, but got a panic point. Yeah, well, it was actually a 4 for 6 key trade. And you got the panic point. Like, that's a huge swing. Because you got the cassowary before that. Yeah, although it happened, and that's... I hope I got that point across when I was talking about it, but it's kind of like in chess. I mean, Phobies is easy to compare to chess or games like it, like Go. Where it's not just the play that you made then. It's the culmination of all the plays. And yes, you could isolate a particular play and say, oh, well, this was a cool thing that happened. Because there are times where, yes, things are somewhat in a vacuum. But most of the time, a lot of the plays are conjoined. They are all related simply because of how the game functions. And I think it's important to keep in mind where, like, it was absolutely reasonable for them to go, hey, I'm going to go in and blow up your 4 keys with my sheep. But that's not actually what happened. You traded cassowary and sheep for murder wing and whatever the hell the 1 cost was. It's like the cowbell. That's not a good trade. If somebody, and this is the way to look at it, if somebody asks you, would you trade your cassowary and sheep and gas for my murder wing and cowbell, there's almost no unless it's going to, like, win you the game that turn. Almost nobody's going to say that that's a worthwhile trade, right? It's very rare that that would be true. And early in the game, especially, that just gives up a lot of board position. It gives up a lot of board position. I think that maybe I'm overstating that particular play, but that play feels like it's just super big. That's what honestly makes Phobies such a great game. The overall strategies get so complex if it's really analyzed. Yeah, and I'm talking, like, we just reviewed that game, and I still have more things to say about it. I just didn't want to, drag it out for 35 minutes talking about that particular game. But I think that there's a lot to glean from any given Phobies game if you look for it. I played Claws before. He's pretty good. Yeah, I've run into Claws a lot. I think we're roughly ranking up at the same rate. Like, ladder-wise? I'm not sure. But I've run into claws a number of times. It's the night of the snowball, chat. I don't know how we're going to answer it. I think creep is our answer. So this is not a... It's a level 5 snowballs compared to the level 10 that we had before. So they could hit it and then walk away. I think we're just going to do this. They could spit on it and walk away, I guess. I don't know. I think we're better off doing this. Snowball. Yeah, it snowballs left and right. From what I've seen from me, he always summons a Hevo. That sounds familiar, but honestly, I don't know any players that have Hevo and don't use it, like, all the time. Like, assuming we're talking about 5-cost Hevo, Hevo 1.0, that Hevo represents so much. Compared to the... Don't get me wrong, Hevo 2.0 I really love. I really like Hevo 3.0. But Hevo 1.0 feels like the most efficient one. I only use it occasionally. How is that possible, DT? You love your lobbers. You love your lobbers. I don't think they can punish this. He said, for famous last words. Like, what do they reach this with? I don't think there's anything they can reach. I may come to regret this, chat. Kind of rarely, to be honest, but I got a lot of good 5-costs and Klepto. Well, if you have Klepto, I could see the argument. But I see a lot of Hevos, honestly. Alright, I was going to say, like, there's got to be a heal in our future. Which is fair, I guess. We don't have the poison online. Oh, they undid it. They undid it. We don't have the poison back online yet. They will have spit next turn. They spit the hot fire. Wait, so... Oh, they must have, like, clicked and moved it. I was trying to figure out why that ended up in that spot. So we could just hold these 3 points. We could go here. But if we go here, we're going to die to this. I think we bank at this stage. We're in a solid position for the most part. If they try and commit with Snowball, we just blow it up. Watch the VOD, the replay, watch myself lose again. Oh, no, Luffy. I mean, you knew what was going to happen. That's a good idea, Luffy. Like, finding somebody who challenges you is the key to improving in general. Like, this isn't necessarily directed specifically at Luffy, but just in general. You always want to be playing against people that make it more difficult for you. You need, in order to improve, you need to find people better than you. You don't get better by beating up on people that are bad. Like, hypothetically, you could. In the sense that you could just analyze every game afterwards and be like, well, I didn't make this optimal play and whatever. But your opponent making better plays makes you think about more things. It's not really feasible to think about a lot of stuff without... Sorry, I'm getting distracted here because there's now a Russell on the board. So this is going to get ugly fast. Russell is dimensional. So we're diving Russell. And then we're going to go Hevo, because it can't get poison. So we probably lose the Murder Fly and Creep this turn, because obviously the Gesundheit can blow up the Creep. Sure. I mean, are you not going to poison? I guess they're not. That's an 8-key investment that... I mean, they have to Clinico this turn, right? I find it so bizarre that Russell doesn't have flight and it isn't undead. It is a little surprising, but at the same time, it's probably just a balancing thing, right? Like, they had to do it a certain way because they couldn't justify it otherwise. Otherwise, it would be unreasonable. So we're still going to kill this. Okay, Clinico, there we go. Like, the Clinico had to happen. And now it's right back to 1,300 health. So, womp womp. So we lost a Murder Fly for free, which I guess we should have expected, but if we didn't commit like that, they just poison everything and then they die without doing anything. Not that they did a whole hell of a lot now anyway, but, you know. Game? Alright, so unfortunately it killed that. I didn't want it to, because I didn't want to pull this out of position, but if we don't hit it, it's gonna live, so we have to hit it. Our opponent still has 8 keys left, 5 available. They're gonna be able to AoE hit with Russell, but I don't think they can kill the Unbearable. Russell is Murder Wing Digivolved? No, because then he would look like a refrigerator with a machine gun or something. I could see this... GG. We'll take that. GG. I could see Murder Wing evolving into Russell. Yes, because that looks like a Pokemon chain. Now, I'm not a Digimon guy, but... And it's not that I have a problem with Digimon, just like it wasn't the thing that I knew of growing up. I knew it existed, but I never watched Digimon. But the jokes and memes about it that I've seen is that, like, you'll start out as Murder Wing, you'll evolve into, like, I don't know, a cantaloupe, and then your last evolution is you're a refrigerator with a Gatling gun. And it's like, I don't know how you got from A to C. I don't know how you got from A to B, let alone B to C, but, like, none of this makes any sense. That's it, like, a fridge with a gun is the actual meme that I've seen. Because the meme is like, here's the Pokemon evolution, and it's, you know, insert any evolution. It's like small guy that's cute, and then a bigger, you know, adolescent one, and then the big mean monster, you know, like Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. But then you get the Digimon one, and they're just all over the place. Which I don't have a problem with. It's cool to a degree, but it's still weird. It's still weird. So that game was pretty quick, chat. That game was pretty quick. Like, that one, I don't really know what happened there. I think it was another early play that really did him in there. Like, what did we... It was the snowball... Did we kill something else? Or did they start banking right away? Like, the Russell didn't make any sense. Yeah, that would be... Well, it would actually be cool, Luffy, because then you get different takes on the same game if we review the same games. So we're on... Isn't this Biff's room? I think? Which is weird, because I didn't... If that's the name, like, this is a school locker room? I guess? So they open up Gravedigger, which means they're going to slide down here and block this spot, which is going to be super obnoxious. So we have to contest here. They should not be able to kill this. But I feel as though I've said that a lot tonight, and that hasn't necessarily been the case. Now, if they commit, we can or should be able to kill this Gravedigger, because they go here, they whack the cat, they don't kill it. We get 2 hits with the cat, we get 1 with Cassowary, and then we get a jar hit. That is very interesting. Bo Mangles. I do like Bo's name. It's fun. It's not Bo Mangles. Want a balloon, Billy? So what's interesting about breaking this block is it still doesn't give you a straight shot with a regular move phobia. As compared to what we were talking about on Like and Subscribe, where you can break that one obstacle and then you immediately get a straight shot in. That doesn't work here. I doubt we can do this. We're going to try it just so we can see. Nope. We cannot do it. Part of me thinks we should get the jar online anyway, but we're going to go with bees. I don't want to move the cassowary up because then it exposes it to getting hit by both of these. So they could get the cat, which obviously they're going to do. We can still kill this. So we're trading cat and cassowary for gravedigger, which is okay, I guess. I don't think there's any way that we kill cat and gravedigger. Because we're gonna, the only way damage we're gonna do to the cat is like from the bees splash, and I don't think it's worth hitting it with bees right now. So we're gonna lose cassowary. They could commit more. I don't know if they really want to. So if we put Murder Wing here, they can hit it for 575, 815. This should live, right? No, it won't. So I think we advance a jar. So we're hemorrhaging some board state here. I don't know why I thought it was going to survive, for the record. So we lose the cassowary like we said, but we should be able to just kill this. And they're not going to be able to kill it back with the revenge kill. Because we move up Ginsting here, hit it with, yeah, I think they're realizing it now. I don't know why they didn't just take the point, though. Okay, no, they're still going to do it. So they did this to reposition just so that Bo Mangles is in range, so that way they can beat up this. It's still not going to be able to kill it, though, even if they bring the cat back. So the cat can't reach the point because they chose to hit cassowary, which I guess is fine. On it reconnecting? Alright, so that makes things way more complicated. This is actually pretty dicey now. Because we can't safely advance in, like, any direction. They could dive Gesundheit, dive with Gesundheit, Murder Wing, and Bo Mangles and punish the positioning here. So I think we need to back off. They can't hit the jar here and kill it, so we're just going to leave it for now. I don't know if this is really a good idea. But the Ginsting would have died because they could move Gesundheit here, bone mangles onto the panic point and fly the murder wing up. But like I said, they can't kill this. I don't know that we could have punished it, because we could have only hit with, like, a single jar. And then, what, murder fly? That's not going to kill it. Actually, it's 778. We might have been able to kill it. So they're just repositioning, that's fine. We have a little bit of time. And they're backing off. That makes sense. Part of me wants to pop a Gravedigger and do similar to what they did so we can open up a bigger area to try and do something. But I don't know if that's really what we want. I kind of want to bank and go Erratic because I think it could take over the game at this stage, but... So at best, you can Meatball plus Cat plus Jar. And I don't think that's worth it to you. If we go 5, we could go Cyclops. But I really think we need the Erratic. I think we need the Erratic, and then we kind of go from there. Now, they could get some pot shots maybe on our stuff. Like this. But I don't think there's any way they can kill this thing. They can kill it on the follow-up, but we're not going to leave it. Like, we bees and then walk away, and then it'll just be out of range. And then we just start lighting things. Like, we'll kill everything with... Well, the 2 they would have dove with. Uh-oh, that's a Scritch. That's not spectacular for us, I will admit. So what do they hit with Scritch, though? Do they just wait for us to come into range? The only thing that would make sense is the Murder Fly. It's funny when people don't undo, and I've done this too. It's just like you misclick, or, you know, you don't realize what you're doing. And then the Phobie walks up and then just walks back. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it makes me laugh. So this will die if we allow it to be in range. No. This will be faster to get it into the fray, but I don't know if this is actually what we want. If we move Stabby up, this hits for 9, 10, 15, probably 18. Basically, if we move Stabby up, it's dead. Now, would that be okay? Maybe, but I want to get Erratic 1 space forward, and then we might be okay with it. Because then Erratic will get 2 hits onto Bowmangles, plus everything will be bunched. As it is right now, we'd only get a single hit and bees, and I don't know that... Like, that's not enough to kill the Bowmangles. It's not going to be enough to deal with the rest of it, so... So what do you got, opponent? What are you doing here? They still have 6 keys remaining, as do we. I don't think there's any way that they can... Like, we put Erratic here. Like, up 1, and we're fine. I don't think there's any reasonable way that they commit and can kill it. I don't think. So if we put this here, and they dive it, we should be able to kill whatever their follow-up is. We can basically hit all the same spots from where we are with the jar. I think we want some sort of other follow-up. I don't think we want another 6. Or even a 5. Like, maybe a 5 and go 5-1, but I think 3-2-1 here is fine. So, like, we would go with Wing into, Mopsy, or Flopsy, rather, into 1 cost, or something like that. So I don't think they can kill this without committing the Scritch activation. Which, if that's like, this is not good for them. We'd blow up everything, I think, except for Gesundheit. And they can't even get the Murderfly to hit now because of the way they have things positioned going into this turn. Now, we can't necessarily advance, which is a drawback of going the Murder Wing here. We would have been better off with the Flopsy or the 1 cost, just so that we can recap this middle point, because we do have to commit here. So they can, again, blow up whatever it is that... Like, now they are in a better position to annihilate whatever we put in here. And we can't advance the jar where we are, because the cat can get it and the Murder Wing. And they might be able to, so this is for... They might not be able to kill the jar and the Stabby. But I think we do this and force them to come in. They should be able to set this up so Stabby gets killed by the cat, but that means they're in range of literally everything else. I don't want to give up the jar this easily, but I think the jar needs to be up 1. I think this is a mistake because the jar is not going to be able to hit twice this turn. It's going to have to move in. I don't think you can kill Erratic. Yeah, you don't have anywhere near enough stuff that can reach it. I don't think this is how you want to do it either. You need the cat to be the thing that delivers the finishing blow. Because now these 4 are bunched. I think they're realizing it, but they need to undo further. Now, if I recall correctly, Scritch is dimensional. Oh, they did undo it properly. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but, you know. Now, the problem here is that I'm still going to get a whole bunch of splash here. Like, I think we still get them. Let's see how much damage can we do. How bad can we punish them for this? You go here. Like, that's... Ugh. I mean, we lose the jar, but... Okay, we'll take that. Do we do... We can do this just to make them... Like, they have to fight it. There we go. Yeah, that happens sometimes, player. It comes and goes in waves. It comes and goes in waves. There's a lot of people who hang out in chat that use my stream effectively as a podcast or as a sleep aid, I've learned. There are a lot of people that have claimed they will listen to my stream as they go to sleep. Apparently I have a soothing voice, I don't know. But it looks like we got a W, and I don't think our opponent was getting out of it. We kind of pushed them into a rough position. So GG. I just found out that I had the highest level 20 or lower arena elo. Highest level 20 or lower arena. How do you figure out the elo in this game? Is that on profiles or something? Like, how did you... I don't doubt you, player, but how did you figure that out? What are you ranked, anyway? Oh, apparently I'm top 40. I didn't realize that. Oh, you mean the score at the right? Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. I have never really paid attention to that. Like, what is that? We're still sub 60%. A little disappointing. So, is it actually an ELO ranking? Because that's actually really cool. I didn't know they were doing ELO ranking for this. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of ELO, but yeah, I don't play async that much, so I'm like really low down on the ladder on async. It is ELO. Okay, so we've talked about this in the context of other games. The challenge with ELO is that it can encourage people to just not play. It can encourage people to not play in order to preserve their score. But I don't know how it ranks you. Like, I guess it is by this score. It depends on whether they're doing true ELO or they are modifying it at all. But, like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. So, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.